How you doing, Scotty Bear? Back with another video. This video about tinnitus or ringing in your ears. So I'm not a medical professional. I'm just going to talk about my experience with this and what I decided to do and how I've successfully fixed this. I don't know if I will have any episodes with this. Many people talk about, coming and going. I don't know if I'll experience that. However, so I had all my teeth fixed about 6 years ago. And this year, I started experiencing more problems with my teeth. And I had 4 more root canals and, a cap fixed and, just a few various things. Getting older is not for the faint of heart. So, all is good, right? I paid the dentist for 4 root canals. One was a redo, which was fine. Another one was a side-by-side over here. And I developed ringing in my ears. I went back to the dentist that did the root canal. They took x-rays of the area that they did. And it was hard to really pinpoint what was going on because, frankly, I wasn't experiencing any real pain. So they gave me some tips and stuff like that. However, I don't feel like they x-rayed high enough in my mouth area to detect what was going on. Everything seemed to be okay. Like I said, no real sensation. I was eating fine. However, I was still complaining of ringing in my ears. And, I got some weird feelings up here, but this was still pretty early in the root canal, recovery time. So, again, things were mostly normal. However, the ringing continued. And so I read a lot about online. I was trying to figure out what was going on. The ringing was getting more intense, and I was ready to blow my head off, honestly. So I was starting to try to research what to do. I read a lot. This ringing in your ears is caused by many things. And of course, TMJ, the old mercury fillings, all these things related to dental work. And I'll be honest, from dealing with this and living in the United States, honestly, I have a lot of strong feelings about this particularly. I was not able to just break down and go to a dentist the way I could in Mexico. So the dentist that did the 4 newest root canals here within the last few months, he seemed pretty good and seemed pretty honest. And the reason why I'm not blasting him per se is because honestly, I do feel like he was good and honest dentist. However, I felt like they kind of dismissed the feelings that I was having and stuff and not really investigating this further. However, I went to a different dentist that had the technology to completely x-ray my whole mouth. And they pinpointed a problem. This turned out to be a breached apex. And, from in my experience, because I was like, what am I experiencing? Some sort of hearing loss? I mean, I blast music in my head. I deal with a lot of, AirPods in my ears. So, I was like, oh, man, is it that? Is it some sort of weird ear infection? It seemed to be coming out both ears. It was hard to really pinpoint, was it, left or right ear? But it did seem from the things that I read online, a good amount of the culprits, I guess, for getting ringing in ears seem to be dental work. And some of the articles I read said it would be a good idea to tell your dentist that you had been dealing with this. And like I said, I had recently got 4 root canals and I was, started experiencing these problems. So I started asking my dentist. So flash forward a little bit, that resulted in me getting the full scan on my mouth, which I highly recommend. If you're dealing with this, you should absolutely go get a full x-ray on your mouth. Hopefully you got insurance. If you don't, go to Mexico and get that and show it to a couple dentists and see what they say. Because even me, I mean, you might think, wow, you know, you go to Mexico for dental work. Well, in the US is where I have had the most problems with dentists, including I have a broken off tool in my mouth that they were doing the root canal with, and it snapped, and it still remains there, and the tooth is totally fine. However, so when you think about going to a dentist in Mexico, I promise you, not that crazy. They want to help you as much as anybody else. So you can go down there and get a full x-ray for like $40, and that's exactly what it cost me. I told them I was experiencing a ring in my mouth. I just had some dental work here. And he said, no problem. We're just going to do the whole thing and check you out and see what we're dealing with. And they did, and they came across what's called a breech apex on a tooth that I just had root canaled for, I spent like $600 in Mexico. And, my first initial reaction was I was going to go back to the other dentist and see if they would fix it. However, they told me that they recommend redoing the root canal for basically the same amount of money, which was $600. And they said they could fix the breech apex and so on. But the tooth had been root canaled within the last couple weeks. So I was like, oh, and I thought it was going to be brutal, which it was, and it still is. There's, ligaments and stuff in there that the tooth is trying to recover. Hopefully the tooth can be recovered, but it definitely fixed the problem. And that's why I recommend, if you have this ring in your ears, I feel like it's a good idea to spend the money to possibly eliminate these possible, triggers for the ringing in your ear. As I highly suspect that a good amount of people that are out there dealing with this, I bet anything that a good amount of it is related to some, type of dental work. Either you're having cavities, you're having, problems, you're having TMJ, you're having impacted wisdom teeth, just a whole range of issues that I feel like a full scan of your mouth, you would benefit from. If nothing else, is to eliminate as that is a problem. So that is my video, my experience. Hopefully this helps you. I am happy that I was able to track this down. The ringing in my ears is quite a ways down. It still remains, but I still am recovering from this root canal here, and it's definitely doable. So it does seem like that is the problem, but I guess I will know, a few weeks down the road. They said that tooth needs to rest, and I'm still on, Mexican antibiotics and stuff. So I'm grateful for my dentist in Mexico. I'm very confident in the work that they've done. Even the other dentist, honestly. And actually also my dentist in Tijuana, which I love a lot, Arturo and and Martine, both very excellent dentists. I have sent them the x-rays, and they were able to also kind of give me, backup support as, to the information I was receiving from this new dentist, to make sure I got a fair shake. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful Wednesday morning.